Okay. Good evening to each and every one of you. So nice to have you all, and welcome to our Tuesday meditation. So Tuesday has become a meditation day for us, right? Yeah. And thank you also those who are joining our YouTube, and welcome to this online Tuesday meditation. And so, as usual, before we practice, let us have some reflections and have some thoughts. Um, So I think the last week was a challenging week for many of us, of course. So I was thinking about discussing an important quality, or you can call it virtue, that we should cultivate as a way of helping us to move through um, difficult situations, particularly, and then how to maintain it's the kind of quality what we call equanimity. Equanimity, is an important virtue and quality that we can develop. In fact, actually, the loving kindness that we cultivate uh, uh, is actually set is a one of four interrelated virtues. There are four virtues which are interrelated. We also have the term for that called divine abodes. So because if someone cultivate these four virtues, including loving kindness, and that person can develop a state of being, just like one is in heaven, so to speak. Therefore we call them divine abodes. So loving kindness is one, and then compassion is the second, and then altruistic joy is the third, and equanimity is the fourth. So loving kindness is this goodwill and genuine wish of well-being towards everyone. It is this over it's like pouring well wishes and and acceptance. That is loving kindness. Like wishing everyone well-being and having that willingness, that goodwill. That is loving kindness, unconditionally. And then once you have that, and whenever you meet a suffering person, and that will manifest into compassion. Like you want, like you become empathize with that person's suffering, and you become sensitive to that suffering, and you wanted to do something to help that person be free from suffering. So your loving kindness will be manifested into compassion when you meet a person who is going through pain and suffering. And then if you meet a person who is doing okay, doing well and happy and joy, then loving kindness will be manifested into what we call sympathetic joy or altruistic joy, means that you rejoice the joy, the success, happiness of the other. So when you encounter suffering, you feel compassion. When you encounter happiness of others, joy of others, we experience sympathetic joy. We wish that that happiness, the success of that person to continue. So that is to say joy. And if we practice like that, in order for us to maintain these three qualities, the most fundamental basis for us to maintain those qualities is called the fourth one, equanimity. That is the more like the balance of the mind. Right, Bhante, upeksha, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
upekha. Like a
Yes,
balance of the mind. Like maintaining the balance of the mind, irrespective of whether our compassion is recognized or not, whether our loving kindness is um, uh, like welcomed or not. That ability to maintain the balance of the mind. Usually, so basically, it's like an even mindedness, or like a balance of the mind we maintain, uh, like not really uh, being bothered by the results, or the results of our actions. Because sometimes you may need to help someone so much out of compassion, maybe. You try to help that person, make a lot of effort, but they don't they don't get it. Maybe they don't appreciate it, maybe they don't change, and there'll be so much things that your compassion is not really being useful or fruitful. In such case, we may be fed up. And there could be other things that you want, like you want to see a change in the society, change in the attitude to the society. So you like work so hard to like teach, promote this good idea that will help many, that will save the earth. So you try your best to like make things change, but the changes doesn't do not happen the way we want. That doesn't mean that they are completely fruitless, but the change we expect may not happen as fast as we want it to be. So the change will be very slower than we want it to happen. So in those cases also we will be frustrated and upset, and we even give up our practice. So in order for us to maintain our loving kindness, our compassion and sympathy and joy, we need more fundamental virtue, which is equanimity. That's interesting ability. It is accepting the undesirable while also hoping to change it. It's quite, there's an irony there. One hand you want to change it, but then you have to accept the current state of affairs. So that double situation, like on one hand you would like to change it, you will commit yourself to change it, but on the other hand you have to kind of accept, be okay with the current situation. So it's like not to have agitation, or um, like not act impulsively, but like maintain that kind of even mindedness. So that's so important for us to continue our practice. Otherwise, we will be disappointed very soon.
and also, Bhante, can we think uh, we are trying to make our mind in a situation? So just imagine we have a patient. He is our close relation,
Mhm.
but we get attempt to recover him. We
Change
get
it, help him to get recover.
recover, and then we get all the attempts, and we try to support him every possible ways. But unfortunately, sometimes he may die. But how we can make our mind? So we can make our mind. We did everything which we can do for him.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
is there a relationship to the
exactly,
equanimity,
Bante.
Bhante?
I think thank you, Bante, for bringing that example exactly there, Bante. Yeah, on one hand, we need to sometimes accept the reality,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And be okay with it. But as long as if you have done everything possible,
Yeah.
then maybe things doesn't happen the way we would like it to happen. But then when the things happen, we kind of accept it,
Yeah.
right? And then we keep our stability of the mind. Yeah, so I think, thank you, Bante. So I think what you are telling us, actually, there are always limitations to what we can do,
Yes, exactly.
right? We would like to help others. We like to change things in the world. We would like, unfavorable in situation to change. So we will do our best, but we need to also have to accept that there is always a limitation to what we can do. So then accept it without being angry about it, without being crazy about it, right?
without being worried also.
Yeah.
We no need to worry because we have done all the efforts which we can do.
We can
for
do.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, if we were unable to do, actually there is a kind of worry because if we neglect it,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly, Bhante. So maybe sometime equanimity should be clearly distinguished from being complacent, right? Complacency, being complacent, maybe indifference, like not caring is not really equanimity. As we do our best, but then we are ready to accept the limitations and the reality, and that is not that much we can change ultimately. Um, so we can. Yeah. It's also related to meditation. Because, for example, let's say when we practice our meditation, we want to train ourselves to focus on our meditation object. We want to experience maybe some deep calmness, and we can have all kind of goals in our meditation. But when you really practice, we may not really that whatever change may not happen at once. So there also we need to practice equanimity, which means that we have a goal to change. We have to go to train our mind. We have a goal to develop these skills, but we also have kind of patience and then acceptance of how mind works right now. We're not going to angry with our mind. We accept it. This is how it works. It operates right now. This is how it is working right now. You accept it, but you have a goal to train it eventually. So that attitude of acceptance, and then also, wanting to change, maintaining this both attitude without being um, agitated is what you call equanimity. It's also can be applied to ups and downs in our life. When we experience favorable situation like unfavorable situation. So usually when something good happened to us, we become so taken for granted and so prideful. Want to show off and say that okay, this best thing happened to me, and then without knowing we may be developing pride and ego, right? When the bad thing happened to us, we become so upset, so sometimes depressed and go to the other end of the spectrum, right? So equanimity is also the ability to maintain this balance. When good things happen to us, we appreciate it, but we also be grateful towards it and be humble about it, and not to use that to develop our conceit and pride, and be humble. And when bad things happen, and we also maintain, usually equanimity comes from deeper understanding, deep understanding that everything is impermanent, both good and bad. If any undesirable things happen to us, it will be so overwhelming, so difficult, but that's impermanent. That's not going to there forever. So although we are going through unfavorable, difficult situation, even criticism we get from others, maybe a loss, some loss that we experience in our life. It could, and all kind of and um, even can be like pain, even like a physical pain. But none of these things are permanent. So therefore, understanding that, so even when you're going through unfavorable situation, understanding that and then coming back to the middle. Yeah. Have you heard that interesting story of that Chinese farmer? The Chinese farmer was going through ups and downs, and all the villagers come and say, feel sorry for him, but he doesn't care. And then, have you heard about that? Maybe I'll share about the Chinese farmer, story of the Chinese farmer. And this Chinese farmer he had a horse. He used that horse to till the ground, for his cultivation. And he got a son too. And the horse was very useful, because without horse you can't till the ground, you cannot start cultivation. So now the season is coming to prepare the ground, and then suddenly one day his horse is gone. The horse has decided to go, and he has no horse now. All the villagers of the came to him and said, "Oh, poor thing, we are very sorry. You don't have a horse. How you are going to cultivate? You are going to be very poor. You are going to get any harvest this time." Then farmer said, "Okay, let's wait and see." And after about 4 or 5 days later, this horse who ran away came back, but this time with 2 other wild horses. This horse has gone to the forest and have someone being friendly with 2 wild horses. When he returned home, he brought 2 other wild horses. And the farmer said, "Wow, such a fortune. And if you want to buy a horse, it's going to be so expensive that this farmer got additional 2 horses and he can take more ground." So they all came and said, "Lucky you. Lucky you, what kind of good things has happened to you? This you have additional horses, you are going to be rich, you can have a good house this time." The farmer said, "Okay, let us wait and see." Wait and see. And then but they are wild horses, so then they had to be trained. So he and his son started to train them, try to put what you call the
Harness.
yeah, and then try to train them, try to teach them how to obey the instruction. So they were working so hard, but in that process, his son got fallen from the horse and broke his leg. So it was a big injury, and now the son is injured, and so the son has to is lie in the bed, and now he has lost important help. Even though he has 3 horses, he only have one manpower. No use, right? So then on the top of that, he has to take care of the son. So all the villagers came to him and said, "Oh, poor you, poor thing. How unlucky, your son has a broken leg. It will take many months for him to recover, and you are not going to, cultivate this time. What a loss, what an unfortunate thing." And the farmer said that, "Okay, let's wait and see." So he has been taking care of the son, and then about a week later, the army of the country came to the village. The king of the country has started a war with the neighboring country. So he has drafted all the young people of the villages to the army. So the army is in the village to take all the young, healthy boys to the army. So they drafted all the young ones, and when they came to this farmer's house, you got a young boy, but his leg is broken. So he's saved, and all other young one has to go. So you can see how these ups and downs, that happen. We can never say that whether they are really bad or really good. We just have to move through them. Let's wait and see. That is equanimity. So accepting and then accepting it and then moving along without being so crazy about what is happening to us. Okay, so that's equanimity. Let us try to practice that. And in meditation, we train that too. We get a pleasant sensation, we get unpleasant sensation, and we're not going to be be excited about pleasant sensation. We are not going to get angry or have repulsion towards the unpleasant sensation. We try to observe them and embrace them, and then in there we actually develop equanimity. So then we can apply that to all other situations in our life. Okay, yes. Okay, so with that, we will start our practice. So we will start with our movements to create more awareness of the body. Okay, so we try to spread our feet, hip width apart, so we can have a nice balanced posture. So try to distribute your weight to your both feet and try to feel the touch sensation in your feet, how our feet, how our heels are touching the ground, or maybe your shoes. Just feel that touch sensation in your heels, how the muscles are pressed there. And slowly move to your front part of the feet and feel the sensation in the front part. And even take a moment to check whether you feel any of your toes. Maybe you feel not all, few toes. Just feel them. Maybe you can make an effort to feel your pinky toe, which usually don't feel most of the time. Maybe try to give some weight. Maybe try to press your pinky toes to give some awareness of the feet. So now we can feel the weight, we can feel the stability. Just acknowledge, I'm standing right here. I'm grounded right here, just like a tall tree is thoroughly grounded with its roots. Now I'm thoroughly grounded and stand tall. Just acknowledge this posture. With this awareness of the body, let us open our eyes and do some movements to create more sensations in the body that can help us to stay in the present moment. With the breathing in, raise your both hands to the front, all the way to the front. Breathe out, let us spread our hands to the side. Breathe in, out. Breathe out, gently coming down. Let's do again. Breathing into the front. Breathing out to the side. Breathing in, out. Breathing out, gently coming down. Breathing into the front. Breathing out to the side. Breathing in, out. Breathing out, gently coming down. Okay, now let us relax our both hands and take a moment to feel new sensations arising in your body. Maybe around your arms, maybe around your palms and fingers. You may have more tingling sensations, perhaps the rush of blood, pulsations. Just feel them as they're happening right now. Be in your body, nowhere else but right here in your body. Let us do another movement to have more awareness. This time we will raise only right hand from the side. So when you're breathing in, raise your right hand from the side all the way up. When you breathe out, try to bend your body to the opposite direction, to the left. Give a nice bend. Feel the stretch, release there. And breathing in, come to the middle. Breathing out, again going back, releasing the air, giving a nice stretch. Breathing in, come to the middle. Breathing out, let's go back again. Feel the stretch, the muscles are stretched, and breathing in, come to the middle. This time with the out breath, we'll bring our hands gently down, feeling all the sensation throughout the arms and the palms. Those tingling, moving, subtle sensations, feel them all. Let's do the same to the other hand, left hand. Breathing in, raise your left hand all the way up. Breathe out, bend your upper body to the right, opposite direction, giving a nice stretch, nice bend. Breathing in, come to the middle. Breathe out, again going back, releasing the air, feeling the stretch. Breathing in to the middle. Breathing out, going back again, giving a nice stretch. Breathing in to the middle. This time with the breath in, we will bring our arms down, gradually, slowly, feeling all those sensations we can feel throughout our arms, our palms and fingers. Relax both palms and take a moment to observe all these new sensations arising in the body. We can feel more body now. All these subtle sensations, residual sensations of that moment can help us to be in the body. Let us just be here in our body, just noticing all these subtle sensations. With this awareness of the body, let us now gently move back and we will gently sit down. Let us try to maintain this awareness of the body even when you move, even when you sit down. Let's adjust our body. Try to keep your upper body upright. You can maintain the inward curve of your lower back, but make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. Your chest is open, but your shoulders are dropping from the sides. Rest your palms on your lap, and you can keep your chin somewhat parallel with the earth. With this nice posture, we will continue to feel our body. Just feel where it touches, where we feel touch sensation, how the muscles are pressed, where we feel our own clothes. Let's just try to be in the body. We will ring this bell and do a chant to help you to gather your attention and settle into this moment. Throughout the bell and the chant, stay in your body, settle in this body.
සංසාර සාරෝග විනීත නිසං සන්නීත සාතං සුචිසාර ධීසං සන්ධීරකං සොන්න තනූපලාසං සල්ලාප දේසින් වනමේ භිසාසං
with this awareness of the body. We will let this body to rest here, allowing all the muscles to relax, to open up. We are sitting in a very safe place, in a very friendly gathering. So we can let go of all the concerns and we can completely relax and loosen all the muscles in the body. Let your hands simply to hang there, lie there with no grip, no tightness, simply resting on our lap. Relaxing all the muscles in the chest and the belly, allowing our belly to drop to the front. With this relaxed body, we will now gently bring our whole attention to our mind. Let us now guide our mind to generate one of the most wholesome states, wholesome quality. It is a good time to guide our mind to experience this wholesome, very positive state, loving kindness. We all have this capacity in the deep in our mind. Loving kindness. It is the willingness for all beings to be well. It is unconditional love. It is friendliness to us all. It is goodwill. Let us now generate that goodwill. We let go of any other reservations. We just allow that loving kindness to arise. Let us generate that genuine goodwill, genuine wish of well-being. How good if all beings are safe, happy, kind to each other. Let us make that wish. Let us give the permission from our side for that to happen. Let us open our heart with this goodwill. Just like when we see a smiling face of a little baby, smiling face of a little baby. How our heart is open. Or when we are petting a puppy or kitten or any other pet, how open is our heart, our readiness to care, our wish of well-being. Let us generate such a heart right now. We will cultivate this loving kindness, this open-heartedness, this friendliness, goodwill. We will cultivate to make it stronger and stronger. We will try to make good wishes to all beings. The more good wishes we make, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. We will now continue to wish for everyone, including ourselves. Let us start with ourselves. We will start with this living being sitting here right now. We will see ourselves as one of the living beings. Just like all other living beings, this living being also trying his or her best. We will radiate this loving kindness, this good wish to this living being here. May this person sitting here, may I be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. This body has been helping us to live this precious life. All the organs, all these parts of this body have helped us a lot. Even helping us right now at this very moment. All different organs are helping us to live. With great appreciation, let us direct our loving kindness to all these different parts of the body. May these lungs, which are helping us right now to breathe, may these both lungs and the whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, the stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, may this whole digestive system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, which help us to release the toxins from the body, may these both kidneys and whole genitourinary system, may this whole pelvic area be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head, all the way to the tips of the toes, may all these muscles, may all these bones, and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this wish beyond ourselves to everyone else, genuinely opening our heart and wishing well-being to all others. Let us wish for all people who are connected to our life. May all people, our beloved family members, may each and every one of them, and all our good friends, may they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Peaceful, peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond our family and friends to all other people. May all people living in this surrounding area, may all these people in this whole neighborhood, no matter who they are, may all these people in this whole surrounding area be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish even beyond this neighborhood. Let's genuinely wish all beings living in all different directions and far away places. May all people living beyond this immediate area, in all other cities, in all other regions, in all other states throughout this country, may all these people living throughout the country be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this country towards all people living in this whole continent, and even beyond this continent in other parts of the world. May all people living everywhere, may people who are suffering due to conflicts, may people who are suffering due to illnesses, due to poverty, let us think about all of them. May all people be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those people to all other living beings. Whatever life there may be, may all other living beings, all animals, all forms of life, may all of them, each and every living organism in this entire universe be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. This loving kindness is pervading into every direction. This loving kindness embraces all beings. It is unbounded. It is limitless. Rejoice. This ever pervading loving kindness, the loving kindness that embraces all life, all living beings. Rejoice. This limitless love, this wholesome state of the mind. With this wholesome state of the mind, let us now gently stay in silence, resting our mind with our breath. We will let this loving kindness stay there in the background, and we will simply rest our mind with our breath. In this peaceful, calm moment, you can feel the movement of the air entering through your nostrils. Feel that sensation of the air going through your nostrils. And see where else you feel that air. Perhaps in the back of your throat. Even we can feel it in our lungs. And feel that air, how it coming out. How do you feel outgoing breath. We will simply notice this breath. Let us try to be with the breath. Each breath is a new breath. With a fresh mind, we will observe, notice, and feel every breath we are taking right now, both the in breath and the out breath. Sukhi diga yuko bhava. Sukhi diga yuko bhava. Sukhi diga yuko bhava. Gently come out of the meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation. Let us feel grateful to all the patrons in this library who allowed us to practice meditation here. Let us also feel grateful to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this chair, this bell, and this device that helped us to connect to this meditation from home. With deep gratitude to all people and all things, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. It was such a nice, good, deep practice. And yes, we look forward to see you again. And may you carry this peace to the rest of the week. Thank you everyone for joining us over YouTube, and we look forward to see you again. Thank you for your comments too.